Hey girl, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're going to install this bob wig that I ordered on Amazon. I'm going to go through how I achieved this look. If you're interested, then stay tuned. I plucked this wig prior to this install. I have a video about how I plucked it, so comment below if you guys want to see that. But the first thing I did was put my wig cap on. I took some 90% rubbing alcohol, put it onto a cotton ball, and I just started prepping my skin and making sure that my skin was clear of oils, any debris or dirt, so that the adhesive could really dry the correct way and stick. I pulled my wig cap down and I made sure that all of those stray edges were just pushed back. If you want to do it a little bit better, you could take some gel or something like that and just brush your excess hair back that's not, gripped up into your braids. I used the Ebin silver can for this install. It's not my preferred glue of choice. I think that the red can is more efficient for me, but some people can use this can and it works perfectly for them. So you, of course, have to play around and try to figure out which can is best for your skin, or if this is even a good brand for you to use. It's a lot of trial and error when you're trying to find a glue that works for your skin. So I applied a thin layer of that, and I just kind of sprayed it. I didn't do a continuous spray. I just did a couple spots, and spread it a little bit with my finger, and then I dried it with my blow dryer on a cool setting, not too close to the wig. Give it some space so that it can evenly distribute the air. I took my baby scissors and I cut off the excess of the stocking cap. I made sure that the glue was dry before I did this so that I didn't have to worry about my stocking cap getting pushed back. So just as close to the wig line as you can, you cut all of that excess stocking cap off, and then you want to take your makeup, whatever your makeup of choice is. I used a powder makeup. Some people would prefer a cream makeup. Whatever foundation you think is best for you. For me, it's the powder. At one point, it was the cream foundation. So sometimes it does change. For right now, though, as of now, I use the powder. I put it onto my foundation brush and I just start covering my wig cap so that it looks more like my skin complexion. So I took that and did that as long as I needed to until it was to my liking. And then I took my scissors again and cut off all of the excess stray stocking wig cap that I had. Then I took a smaller brush and I started to just pat lightly. I applied my clips to my wig before putting it on because I just feel like it makes it easier with the flyaways. And then when it gets on my head, I just adjust those clips to be the way I need them to be, to get all of the stray hairs that may have came out, and to just adjust it to the way I need it to look. And then I take my baby comb from my edge brush and I push all of because there's a lot of stray hairs that sometimes don't make it into the clip. So I do it that way so that I can get all of it without pulling more hair out of the clip. And then I take my hot comb and I just start combing back all of the hair, so that if there are any more hairs that I missed, those get combed back, and it just trains the hair to stay out of my face so that I can have a clean install. So I took a Q-tip so that I could just, in more detail, get the excess glue that I don't need on my forehead. That can prevent your wig from laying and melting the way you need to. So you just want to make sure that there's no excess adhesive where you don't want it to be. So the best way for me to do that was to take the Q-tip and just get where I needed it to go because I didn't want to get any alcohol on my wig cap. And the same process as I did for gluing down my wig cap. Small sprays, and then you could just use your finger with this particular glue. You can use your finger to just spread it a little bit. Thin layer, take your hair blow dryer on cool, not on hot, on cool. And you just go ahead and make sure that that's getting dry. You have to be patient. You cannot rush this process because it's very important in making sure that your wig looks natural. I was doing a little concert as I was drying my glue, but yeah, make sure that you dry that layer. And then I do a couple layers of glue because I just want it to really stick and make sure I'm not having any lace lifting later on. So I repeated that process. Just a couple dots, spread it around with my finger, and then you take the blow dryer, you do that same thing again until it's tacky. Not until it's dry, just until it's tacky. If you wait until it's dry, it will not stick. But if you put it down too early, it may shift. And both of those things are something you don't want because then you have to start over. So again, on cool, We're drying off that glue, and now we're just applying the lace into the glue where we need it. I put the glue a little bit further on my forehead than I need to, because my theory is I could always go back and just clean it off rather than not putting enough and then having to try to go back and put more glue. So I hope that makes sense. But I take my wig band and I put that on. And I try to keep my wig band on for at least 30 minutes, but the longer normally is the better. So if you can keep your wig band on for like an hour, 2 hours, that's actually perfect. But if you don't have time, 30 to 35 minutes is typically enough. So I'm just getting all of that hair out of my face so that I can do my makeup. And then I did my makeup as my wig was melting. So once my makeup was done, it had been maybe like 45, 50 minutes. I took my lace band off. Remember when I said that sometimes I put the glue a little bit too far up because I'd rather just go back and clean it than not have enough? That's what I'm doing here. So I'm taking this Q-tip and I'm getting all that excess glue off. And I could have gotten more off now that I'm watching the video again. There was still a little bit of glue on my head, but majority of it I did get off. And there's some hair that got stuck to that excess glue. So I'm taking the small edge brush and I'm getting all of those baby hairs that stuck to the glue that I didn't need on my forehead. If you need to, if it's easier for you, you can also use tweezers. And just make sure you take your Q-tip and get all of the excess glue off that's not holding lace down. If it's not any lace over it, you want to make sure you get it off because it'll keep a shiny film on your head if not. So now that my hairline is nice and clean, I'm going to take some more of my powder foundation to blend in the part of my makeup that didn't get blended because of my wig band. So then I took my hot comb on the highest setting and I started to push the hairline back as much as I needed because that's how I wanted to wear the hairline. I needed it to be out of my face. Like I needed all of that hair to be out of my face so that I could style it efficiently. So this is me just pulling the hair back with the hot comb and making sure that the front was flat. I like the lifted front look. If you don't want your front to look lifted like that, or you want to hide more of your lace, you could definitely take your hot comb and part your hair and just push it to the left or the right, however direction you want it to be. But I liked the idea of my hair having the little pump. It looks more voluminous to me. But had I made a mistake with my lace, I definitely probably would have hid it by combing the hair down rather than up. So I went ahead and I flat ironed my hair off camera. I used just a little bit of bio silk and I went through my hair and flat ironed it as normal. If you would like to see the process of that, I could also upload a video for that. So just comment below and let me know what details you would want a video on and how I can make this easier for you to learn. But this is the final look. I love the way it came together. It really looks natural. I think the bob just looks more sleek and natural. And I didn't cut it at all. Like I didn't put any layers in this bob. This is how it came. If you want your hair to be a little bit more voluminous, you could put some layers into it. You could cut some layers into it. I just wasn't going for that this time. This is exactly how I wanted this wig to look. Look at me. I was excited. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this install. I hope it helped you learn something. If you want to know something more in detail about maybe the plucking, the bleaching, how I did anything that I didn't mention, make sure you comment below. I'm excited. I'm glad that you guys tuned in. This is my first video of many. I took the comb and I just made sure I got some of those flyaways and pushed them down a little bit. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think I'm going to include some low lights at the end of this video so that you can see how it looked with the low light. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, girl. Make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, and like this video for more.
Are we live? Are we live? Are we live?